What's up, friends? Welcome for this new video. It's a very important part of Fixie racing, and it's probably the third question that comes after what's your gear ratio and does it bar spin, bro? Let's discuss the subtle art of fixed gear tension. We only have one gear, right? One cog, one chain ring. The chain is everything in a fixed gear. You both accelerate, but also brake with your chain. So proper chain tension is really key also for durability. The better your chain is tension, the longer the drivetrain will last. Freestyle fixed gear riders and some urban fixed gear riders tend to have a very, very tight chain tension. It's easy to understand because for trick, you need to have a very direct connection with the rear. So it's why you don't want this slack when you move the pedal front and back. You always want it to be directly connected. And that's the same for really urban fixed gear rider, where they need to track stand, for instance, at red lights or stuff like this. They need really this direct connection. Big issue is you're going to kill your chain and your entire transmission. On track, we are going to tension our chain a bit looser. So here, for the purpose of this video, I'm going to stay behind and understand, but you can either turn over your bike, so saddle and underbars on the ground, or be seated on the floor and look at the back of your wheel. To align, you be on the back, right, like this. With the camera, it's really hard to show, but when you're on this view, you will see your seat tube, okay? And you use your seat tube to really center your wheel. It's the best way to do that. Another trick to use is to use the base here. And so with that, you can also center your wheel. I prefer to use this, but most people prefer to use the seat tube. You need a 15 millimeter wrench, untighten your bolts, and there you are. So it's loose. Use your finger and you go in the front here. And you pass your finger between your seat tube and your wheel. There you start tightening on one side a bit so that it's just finger tight. Then you move your arm here and you try to center it, and then you finger tighten. So now we have finger tighten our nuts, and you see the slack is really way too important. And it's there, you need to go step by step. So first you untighten a bit on the left side and you move the wheel a bit to the left. So you do a spin like this so that it will be in contact with your left chainstay, and then you retighten. There it will rub. Then you do the same on the right. You retighten, you center back the wheel this time, and then you tighten back. So now your wheel is again centered and the slack is reduced, and you continue your way step by step like this. So use a wrench at this point just to make sure it's tightened properly. And at some point, you will see that your chain is way too tight, like this, making sure you go really one step at a time. And now we have found the best tension. So it's a bit slack, a bit loose, but still perfectly fine. So that's probably, honestly, even there, it's a bit too less, but that's okay. Because there, your chain will not fall off. And that's the most important part when you do chain tension. Also, be aware, when you tighten the bolt, the chain will get more tension, right? So when you think you're good, you tighten your bolts and then the chain will be way too tight. Be aware of this. So you need, before fully tightening the bolt, you need to make sure you still have a bit more slack than expected. Make sure you really tension and put a lot of torque on the bolts there. Because if not, the first time you will accelerate, your wheel will smack to the seat tube. That you don't want it, brother. Now it's time for the secret technique. The magic thing that will make your chain tension always on point, and you will not have to bother anymore about those things. Chain tensioner. Clearly, a chain tensioner is 100% worth it. This one is a fellow bike, New Zealand one. It's made for track and it's just awesome. It's just perfect. It's a bit costly, but it will last forever. You can also find some cheap ones on Amazon. I will put some link down in the description. They are worth it also. Chain tension will never be a problem anymore with this. The magic trick of proper chain tension. So yeah, I know it might not look as good as without, but honestly, chain tension is so important for the life of your bike that you should not compromise on that. Also, be aware that some bikes have integrated chain tensioner, like at the Sinelli Vigorelli, you can put some screws in the dropout and they just do the trick also, and it's cleaner. On the dark side, I don't have this. And just one. You don't need two actually, you just need one chain tensioner. And that's it. That's it for today. If you have some tricks actually for tensioning your chain and your fixed gear bike, just put them in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and see you next one. Bye.